saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I am found. I was blind, but now I see.
Good morning, family, friends, and law enforcement brothers and sisters. Andrew Camilleri was born on February 20th, 1984, to Michael and Sharon Camilleri. He grew up in Tracy, California, with his brother, Matthew, myself, sister, Ashley. Andrew attended Merrill F. West High School in Tracy and graduated in 2002. Love came early for Andrew when during his senior year, Andrew got a job at McDonald's. He was eventually promoted to manager and met a beautiful young lady by the name of Rosanna Lopez. Despite the fact that Andrew wrote Rosanna up for being late one day, Andrew and Rosanna's relationship developed beyond that of coworkers. Andrew and Roxy fell for each other, and on October 12th, 2003, Andrew worked up the courage to propose to her. On February 28, 2004, Ramon Lopez walked his daughter down the aisle for Andrew to wed. The newlyweds wasted no time, and in June 2005, they welcomed their first child, Elizabeth. Andrew Jr. followed several years later, and finally, little Ryder came along to complete the family. Andrew was a family man and loved nothing more than being with Roxy and their children. After working for years at Clark's Pest Control and doing what most people are afraid of, managing the pest and rodent population, Andrew finally realized his dream. On August 22nd, 2016, Andrew entered the California Highway Patrol Academy. For 28 weeks, Andrew endured the rigorous training from the CHP Academy staff. It was no easy task, but Andrew excelled, and it became apparent he had found his calling. March 3rd, 2017, Andrew earned his badge and joined the ranks of some of the finest law enforcement officers in the state of California. He was subsequently assigned to the Hayward CHP office. Andrew loved his job and always talked to his father on his way home from his shift to keep him awake. Andrew was a godly man, always attending church events. He would even volunteer to play the bass guitar in the church band. Andrew is a role model for all to follow. He loved life and truly is a hero. Andrew leaves behind his mother, Sharon, father, Michael, brother, Matthew, sister, Ashley, 3 beautiful children, Elizabeth, AJ, and Ryder, and the love of his life, his wife, Rosanna. Andrew, your beautiful, infectious smile and wonderful, loving personality will truly be missed. We love you.
I'd like to welcome at this time Chief Paul Fontana.
This part of the ceremony is to provide a meaningful way for Andrew's immediate and extended family and friends and CHP family to all come together and celebrate Andrew's life. While we honor the way Andrew lived, this service ultimately pays utmost tribute to the way he died. Andrew died a hero, out on patrol on Christmas Eve, his life taken by the very dangers he was out to prevent. Now, it is my privilege to be able to introduce to you Captain Tim Pearson. Captain Pearson is currently the commanding officer of the Hayward CHP office. and he was there when Officer Camilleri reported for duty after graduating from the CHP Academy in March of this year. Captain Pearson will speak about his experience with the person that Andrew truly was.
Andrew, being a CHP officer, was very comfortable in his own skin. You see, Andrew liked to play with dolls. Okay, he called them action figures, and I'm not even sure if he played with them or kept them in the box. But Andrew loved the Power Rangers, and every morning when he got off work, he'd put on his superhero backpack, put his Power Ranger wallet in his pocket, and walk out the back door. The green Power Ranger, that was his favorite. He called that his superhero. Andrew is a CHP superhero. Elizabeth, your father couldn't wait for your first date. I don't know why that is, because I don't know a man around with a daughter who anxiously awaits his daughter's first date. But your father, having a great sense of humor, was going to have a bunch of his fellow officers over at the house when that young man came to pick you up. And they were going to be cleaning their guns. Roxy, when that day comes, give us a call, we'll be there. Andrew Jr. and Ryder, you may not understand the impact your father has had on the state of California and the CHP. As you get older and watch the videos and hear the stories of your dad, you will. Thank you.
We're going to go off program for just a moment. I understand Andrew's partner, Jonathan Velasquez, would like to come up and say a few words.
Good morning. I had the opportunity to be Andrew's partner and be there by his side the night Andrew went to be with the Lord. Some know Andrew as King 6, Camilleri, Miller, and Kozip 1. It never bothered Andrew. He always smiled and embraced his nicknames. Andrew and I were partners for 3 months. To some, it's not a long time, but we grew a special bond. The special bond you build working graveyards in the Highway Patrol. In that time, I got to know a lot about Andrew and the special person he was. Andrew often talked about his previous profession before the Highway Patrol and working at Clark's Pest Control. It was always nice to get a full pest report of the restaurant you were going to eat at before eating. Andrew was a family man, and he was very proud of his wife and kids, and talked about them on every shift. Andrew was a great partner and a great officer. He loved his job and he loved the Highway Patrol. Andrew, I know you could hear me. I love you, buddy. And it was an honor being your partner. Rest in peace, brother.
I'm going to introduce our next speaker, Golden Gate Division Assistant Chief Ernie Sanchez. Golden Gate Division oversees all the CHP offices in the San Francisco Bay Area, including the Hayward area office.
Without a doubt, Officer Camilleri adhered to the code of honor, so much so that he gave his life serving the community of Hayward rather than swerving from the path of duty. Because he didn't have to be on the road that day. He could have been having a donut, but it was Christmas Eve, and he wanted to make sure that everybody got to their destination safely that night. So please, let's honor CHP Officer Camilleri by sharing his story of what California Highway Patrol officers do and have been doing for years. Share his story of service, because on December 24th, on Christmas Eve, he did just that.
Good morning. I'm very honored to be here today to express to the Camilleri family, on behalf of my agency, Governor Brown, and the people of California, my deepest condolences and profound gratitude for Andrew's service to this great state. What happened to Andrew and his partner Jonathan in the late hours of December 24th was a senseless tragedy. The incident invokes in us at once anger for its senselessness and sadness for its tragic impact on the Camilleri and Velasquez families, on the CHP family, and on our broader community. While I'm honored to be here, I am so very sorry for the circumstances under which we gather today. You know, one of the great privileges of my job is the opportunity afforded to me 3 times a year to appear at the California Highway Patrol Academy to address the Academy's graduating class. In fact, I spoke at Andrew's graduation ceremony on March 3rd, 2017, just 8 short months ago. I have come to learn from the Academy staff that Andrew was an exceptional cadet.
Thank you, Secretary Kelly. Finally, it's my distinct privilege to introduce to you Acting Commissioner of the California Highway Patrol, Warren Stanley, who will speak on behalf of the women and men of the CHP. After Commissioner Stanley speaks, he will then formally present Officer Camilleri's badge with an in memoriam ribbon to Rosanna, after which I will turn the microphone over to Juan Carlos Lopez for a video tribute. Please welcome Commissioner Stanley.
Good morning, everyone. It's an honor for me to be here to speak on behalf of the California Highway Patrol and Andrew's family. And on behalf of all of us here, I'd like to thank you for all being here. I'd like to start out by thanking the Honorable Lieutenant Governor Gavin Newsom for being here and supporting the family. Our Attorney General is here, Javier Becerra, Secretary Kelly, who just spoke to you, and also somebody who's been by my side for a long time, especially the last 4 or 5 months, Assistant Commissioner Field Scott Silsby. Scott, thank you for your help in the days that have passed. To Andrew Jr. and Ryder, I know they're not here right now, and they're way too young to understand what's going on at this point. But I do know as they get older and they grow up, they'll come to understand the kind of person he was, how selfless he was, what a great father he was, and the selfless service that he provided to everybody here in the state of California. So Rosanna, on behalf of the California Highway Patrol, the state of California, I would like to present you with badge number 21653. This badge was entrusted to Andrew by the people who counted on him to protect him, and it signifies his ultimate sacrifice. I now present you this badge on behalf of an ever grateful state for Andrew J. Camilleri.